Hey everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you've been watching these videos I post, you'll be not surprised. You're probably already aware that my husband and I, we collect Fiestaware, and we don't have the kind of collection that would awe somebody. Let's be honest, Fiestaware is not priceless antique artifacts, from ancient Greece or something. Fiestaware is moderately priced. It's actually quite affordable if you go to thrift stores and especially antique stores. We've found a lot of vintage Fiesta just recently, just in the past year, that's been really cheap, like, in the $15, $20, $30 range for a piece of 60, 70-year-old Fiesta. And so that's one of the things my husband and I love to collect together. And we started buying Fiesta about 2012. Yeah, I'd say 2012 or so. And since then, we've managed to collect quite a bit. And I figured, since we just bought this nice china cabinet at a resale shop, I would give you a quick look at our collection. I know lately a big thing with people on YouTube are tablescapes, and that's what they call them. I've never heard that term until recently, but apparently it is an actual term, and people take a lot of pride and put a little artistic effort into making their table look very nice for the holidays, color coordinated dishes and things like that. I'm a little new to all that. I'm a manly man, if you want to use that term, I guess. I'm a guy, so I don't really get into the whole live, laugh, love, and all that little crap that women tend to put those little sayings around, like pray daily, or live, the inspirational type of art you find at Hobby Lobby. That's not really my scene. I'm a guy. I like Die Hard. That tells you all you need to know. But I am a gay man. Let's put that into perspective. And as a gay man, I do like my house to look, I don't need it looking like some dirty, filthy frat house, like Animal House or something. I'm not John Belushi or anything. So I do like a nice house. And as far as tablescapes go, my husband put together this one side table. We couldn't find a really good, what do they call it, a buffet or a sideboard. We couldn't find one that really matched the same color and style as our china cabinet and our table. So we found one that's a little opposite, but it fits the color of what my husband likes to call the built-ins, which is this room divider, which I suppose that is the right term for it. It is a built-in room divider with a built-in bookshelf. But let's take a look at my husband's table. And this is it right here. The leaves fold out, so it can be stretched out to seat 4 people with enough room, I think. These came from Goodwill, these candlesticks holders. I know you're thinking, why would I be telling people this? But why not? I'm proud of the deals that my husband and I find when we go places. The table runner is, let me pull it out here. This table runner came from Hobby Lobby, and I like it. I picked it out myself. I got a couple of pumpkins over here, this big old chicken here. As you can see, it is a chicken. You see the eggs that it's filled with. I wasn't aware until my husband told me. These are not just some plastic eggs. These are glass eggs. And farmers put them in the chicken coop in case a snake gets in there and tries to eat the eggs. Well, obviously, it's not going to break this thick glass egg. It'll choke the snake to death. And that's why farmers put them in the coop. And somebody put them in this little chicken thing. And I think it looks really cool. I like it. This will be our sideboard where we lay out our food during the Thanksgiving season. And let's go on and talk about the Fiestaware. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna open this up here. And now, I guess I'll run through it, try to keep it brief. We have, this is called a chop plate, and that color is called, oh hell, of all the times to forget what color it is, juniper. And that's one of my favorite colors is juniper. I also love sea mist green. I think the two of them side by side like that, I think they both complement each other. Very nice. Green and blue is my favorite colors. My husband found this. It's a fat and lean gravy separator, and it has a little, as you can see, that little channel in there to separate the fat. So we have that. It's kind of cool. And of course, you know, we have grandbabies. So grandpa, although we are not called grandpa, don't ever call Wade grandpa. He does not like that. He is da, and I am pop pop. Anyway, let's see what we got here. We got scarlet, lemongrass, that's what I think they call that, ivory, another scarlet plate. What is this called? I can't remember. I don't know. I can't remember all the names offhand. It's the same color as that trivet back there. And this, I'm not even going to tell you the colors because honestly, there's some of them are very close, and I'm not really sure if I'm giving you the right name. I think this is plum, but it's not plum. It's a color very, very similar. Here we have cobalt blue, yellow, sort of a peach color. I cannot remember what it's called. This one I know is plum because we found this used at a thrift store. So that's plum. It's a slightly bit darker purple. Shamrock, turquoise. I think this is called daffodil. And this one I think is called marigold, which is very similar to daffodil. It's just a shade darker. And this is called, I think it's called cinnabar or cinnabon or some shit, something like that. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. Turquoise bowl. This plate is called peacock. This color is peacock. Actually, that bowl right there is peacock too. Evergreen is the color of this, which is very similar to juniper, but evergreen is just a little bit darker. This is rose, which is a real nice color. It's a very pastel, very 90s if you ask me. We have some other ones down here. This is white. I think this may be scarlet. Periwinkle. They don't make this color anymore, so I had to go out and find it at a thrift store. And another ivory plate. This one here, though, is interesting. Notice the gap between where my finger is here. This gap between the plate and that plate. And notice here there is hardly any gap. That's because this Fiesta refers to this color as red. It is actually not red. It looks a little more orangey than red. This is a vintage piece of Fiesta, probably from 1959, 1960, 62-ish. And it does not have the current Fiesta logo. It has the lowercase f in the cursive script. And that is a vintage piece of Fiesta. And it is a slightly bit, smaller and slightly flatter than the modern Fiesta is today. And that's a good way to tell. Hold it up to another piece of Fiesta from today. And and if you're wondering how do you know if it's from today, let me show you what the current logo looks like. The current logo on Fiesta looks like that. It's stamped under the glaze, and it says lead free on it. That's because they used to use lead in these back in the day, and that can be a little unhealthy for you. But the older ones won't say lead free. The older ones will just say Fiesta, made in USA or something, or Homer Laughlin, whatever. And there's our hutch. You know, this pretty little thing here. Once again, another thrift store find. Perfectly good stuff. And let's open it up this one. This side of the hutch is a little different than the other. We have the huge pizza platter. Now, as you may or may not know with Fiesta, you can put it in the oven and actually cook on it. You know, it's not just for show. It is a very practical thing that you can cook with. And you can put your pizza on this ceramic platter and put it in the oven and cook it just fine. Here we have I know that color I believe is marigold. This color is apricot, which is they don't make that color anymore. So I saw it and I had to have that. We have a cobalt blue casserole dish here, which comes in handy if you want to make a casserole. We have salt and pepper shakers. This is one of the first things we bought back in 2012. We got scarlet and peacock colors. This gravy boat here is a very vintage piece, but it does not have a Fiesta marking. That's kind of odd, but actually there are quite a few pieces out there that do not have the markings. However, this is Fiesta. It's not imitation, it's real Fiesta, and you could tell by that the base of the handle has the little white marks right over there. The rings around the edges of right there, and the way they come up there, that is a vintage piece. And the lady who was selling it had it listed as sage color, and that is not the sage color. It's actually forest green, and it was only made from 69 to 72. So that's a piece of Fiesta that's older than I am. This little vase here, little bud vase, is very, very special to me and my husband. My husband put this together. He took our original wedding rings here. They don't fit us anymore because we've got fat. But he took our rings and put it on a ribbon and tied it to the vase. And this little flower here is not really a flower. It is the, you know how girls have a corsage? Well, men get married, they have a boutonniere, which is a French word for, I don't know, buttonhole, I think. And the flower would go, it actually goes here in your buttonhole. I'm sorry, it would be here on your buttonhole where the little pocket is. And that's where we wore it during our wedding in Iowa, in Des Moines. And we thought it was really cute to put that in that vase. My husband did. I wish I could take the credit, but it was actually him who came up with it. My husband also wanted 4 saucers and 4 little cups. So if we have guests over that drink coffee, because we don't drink coffee, but if we have guests over that do drink coffee, we have little mugs and saucers they can drink from. So we have, I think that's marigold, and that saucer is black, which is, I know it's not bright and colorful, but it is a color that's offered, and we wanted one of each color. Another peacock, I can't remember what that color is called. We got scarlet with rose coffee cup there. Actually, it's a teacup, sorry. And that is periwinkle on that trivet. And this is a piece of, what is this? I want to say it's that cinnabar color, sort of a cinnamon color. So let's see, what else do we have in here? Oh yeah, this is very special to my husband. It is a Rice Owl's cup. And you're thinking, well, what's that doing in there? It's not Fiesta. But when Wade was younger, he lived a good part of his life with his grandparents. And one of his grandmothers, she would drink 1 Coors Light a day over a couple of cubes of ice. And she always put it in not that very same cup, but a cup exactly like it with the Rice Owls logo. And we saw it at an antique store. I think it was like $8 or something. And it just brought back a flood of memories for him. And I told him, well, get it. I mean, that's kind of a cool thing to have. So he got that, and that's why it's in here with our other stuff. Let's see, we have some pumpkins in here for the season. This is an apricot gravy boat, and this one does have the Fiesta stamp on it. Now, mind you, they quit making apricot in the 1990s. You can see it has all the what you'd expect to find from a Fiesta. It has the stamp on it, but it has all the lines in the right places. So that really confirmed for me when you put the two side by side that that forest green gravy boat matches with the other one. These salt and pepper shakers here, they are like that other vintage plate I was discussing. They are technically red, but they're more of an orange red. There's a current color Fiesta offers today called Poppy. And Poppy is a beautiful orange red color, and I need to get some for in here. And it's very close to the original red that Fiesta used to offer. And hopefully I'll get some soon. The other piece of vintage Fiestaware that we have, oh, I'm being interrupted by Damien. Come on through. It's a crowded house here. The other piece of vintage Fiesta we picked up was this. And it is exactly like the other plate that I showed you. It's a little flatter and just a little bit, just the size is just a little bit off, like a fraction. This bowl here that I have sitting on top of it is called Slate. It is not my favorite color by me. I don't like the darker black and slate and plain old white. But I did have to have that one color to really fill out a lot of these modern colors I don't have. And let's see. The last piece I'm going to show you is this, and it is not Fiestaware. It is called Frankoma. And as you can see on the bottom, it says Frankoma. And that's because the man who started this company, his name was Frank. I can't remember his last name. I want to say Fuller, but his name was Frank. And he lived in Oklahoma. And these are made from Oklahoma mud. Oklahoma's known for that red dust and that red mud, dust, clay, whatever the hell it is. It's used exclusively in this Texoma product. Now, you may notice it's shaped like an elephant. And for Wade, his grandmother loved elephants. She had elephant knickknacks and such. Wade is into frogs. Me, I don't know. I felt left out, so I picked the owl. Because the owl is supposed to be a symbol of wisdom. Like I'm wise or something, right? But this is kind of in memory of Wade's grandmother, sort of, kind of, with the elephant shape. But this is not just some little keepsake about elephants. This is, let's see if you can see it. I don't know if you can. It says 1969. Let me see if I can get, yeah. 1969, Nixon Agnew. 1969 was the year that Nixon was elected president of the United States, and Spiro Agnew was his vice president. And it was actually 68 was the election. So I guess 69 when he took office. And it was a very contentious election. It was Nixon versus Lyndon Johnson. Of course, there were plenty of other people trying to get in there too, but Nixon won. Oh, actually, wait a minute. Let me take that back. Lyndon Johnson may have dropped out of the race. I can't remember, to be honest, who the Democratic candidate was. But anyway, Nixon won in 68. And this company, the guy Frank from Frankoma, the guy that owned this company, he was a hardcore Republican. And he started making these for the Republican Party. And they're just little, little cups. And they were used in every election. I want to say he started doing them in 68. This may have been the first year. I'll have to look that up to be sure. But I'm pretty sure it was in 68 is when he started making these political style of cups. And they've continued to go throughout the years. I think in 76 or so, or somewhere around there, Frankoma ceramics started making one for the Democratic Party as well. But I got this one just because Nixon, the story of President Nixon is just so fascinating to me. I mean, the guy was, I mean, you would think he would have been an American success, but he turned out to be a tragedy. You know, his lust for power and his, he just had so many issues, and I'm not going to get into all of that, but you should read about him if you can. Anyway, so that's our Fiestaware collection. Like I said before, it's nothing too extravagant. It's nothing wild and crazy. But that's what we have. Here in the kitchen, I do have a couple of other pieces, but they're just little plates that the colors are. There's other plates just like them with the same color in the china cabinet. But I do have these. I have a canister. And I have another canister somewhere in storage somewhere I gotta find. And we have these awesome casserole dishes. I think the Fiesta refers to them as dessert plates or something like that. They have a name for it, but I can't remember what they're called. But I have 4 of them. Cobalt blue. I cannot remember what this purple is called. I don't know why it escapes me. Peacock and Cinnabar, and I don't know. I think we'll just settle for 4. My husband may want to buy one later down the road. You know, make it maybe a set of 6. But I think with 4 we should be good, because we actually cook food in these little side dishes. You know, they're all able to be cooked in. You don't have to. It's not decorative. It's actually functional, and. Anyway, so that's my Fiestaware collection. I have some other things on my wish list, so perhaps I will get them. Oh, my Fiesta silverware is kind of neat, bright and colorful. This particular style is called Celebration, but there are other Fiesta silver flatware. There is other Fiesta out there with different names and different styles. I just like that one because it's kind of a angular style. It's not really, like, the handle's not curved or anything. And it has that angular style that I think goes good with our, this, I don't know why I keep wanting to say it's modern. It's not a modern style table. It's I think the style is called Mission, which, pardon my messy table, but I think this is called Mission. This style of chair, and it's more of a craftsman style, and I like the way it looks. It doesn't quite go aesthetically with the style of this china cabinet. This china cabinet is actually I forget what the actual name of it is, but it's like a French chateau, and that's their inspiration. So it has more of a older European feel to it, as opposed to the more modern Art Deco type of stuff, or the more modern arts and crafts period. But it's, I don't know. My house is a mix of styles, and I like that. You know, I don't want to be too radical, but at the same time, I like my house to have a little character to it. You know, it's like if you buy a house from the 1950s, do all of your furnishings have to be 1950, 1960 era style? Does that mean you couldn't have a Victorian sofa in a room because it's not appropriate to the era? I don't know. If you have an opinion on that, please put it in the comments and let me know. Do you think that if a house is built in 1925, that it should be furnished in a arts and crafts sort of style, or an Art Deco style from the 20s, early 30s, or is modern furniture allowed? I mean, I don't know. It's all, of course, a matter of taste, but, you know, tell me what you think. I'd love to hear your opinions. So I'm going to wrap up this long 25-minute video, and I will follow it up soon in the future with an actual holiday tablescape before we have our holiday dinner. I will have a little video of that. And thanks for watching this long video. And we'll see you next time. Thanks again. Bye.